where do you think the country is on a plan that seems to be the one on the table, where there would be an American military role working with the Europeans, and that the United States would be effectively on record as saying Putin is rewarded for his illegal invasion by getting some land? Do you think that kind of a deal would be popular with the party and with the country? Unpopular? What's your view on that?
I think that for a lot of Americans, they're just anxious for it to be done. I think there's no doubt in the 2024 election that the Trump-Vance ticket was able to kind of portray it as we're tired of sending our dollars to Ukraine. J.D. Vance at one point said, "I don't really care what happens in Ukraine." I think it's the wrong policy to not care. I think that the reality is that, ever since the United States had an agreement in 1994 with Russia and Europe to say that when the Soviet Union collapsed, that Ukraine would give up its nuclear weapons. And in exchange, Russia would never cross its territorial lines, and the United States would be part of those who helped to protect that territorial integrity. Reality is that Putin has invaded multiple times. He took Georgia. Well, he took Georgia during the Bush administration, but in Ukraine specifically, took Crimea during the Obama administration, and he obviously had further advances during the Biden administration. And so I think that you're rewarding a despot by basically providing appeasement. And I think the first Trump administration had a different approach, Mark. I think that when you killed more than 100 Russian mercenaries in Syria when they crossed the red line, when you had serious sanctions on Russia, when you canceled Nord Stream 2, it sent a very different signal to Vladimir Putin than it appears what we're doing today. So I think polling wise, there'd probably be relief of just having peace and having the conflict resolved. But I think from a national security perspective, America is much safer when we deal with Vladimir Putin with strength as opposed to appeasement.